This is her alley-ooping you. She's throwing it up to you for you to slam dunk it. What does he say?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alright, listen up. So we have a special limited edition YouTube video for you guys. This is gonna be intense value, so I want you to strap up, strap in, wait, pause, and buckle your seatbelts, because I got text messages I'm gonna review with you. And speak of the devil, speak of the devil. So I got a bunch of text messages I think you guys can find valuable. You can extrapolate the information from this video to apply to your own game. This is from somebody else's text messages that they were texting a chick who they found interesting, and they were on, I believe it was Hinge or Tinder or whatever, a dating app, and the guy got the number of the chick, and this is it. So, you know, there's slight rapport before, like, oh, you're cute, blah, blah, blah. And this is the next steps, all right? So a lot of you guys are gonna fall into this scenario to where you get her number and you're like, oh crap, what do I do next? How do I feel confident in what I say? So if you wanna know what to do, watch this video all the way through so I can give you the maximum value for then for you to use this and help your game with another chick. Now let's get right into it. We got the first text message, which is, hey, this is blank. I just got the chance to text you. I had some client work to finish up. So this is a good strong text, like depending on what you want to do. You could say, hey, this is blank, save my number to your phone, or depending on the prior context, hey, this is blank, and then insert callback humor, or if you guys were like FaceTime, or if you left off on the FaceTime, like, oh, let me get your number, I'll FaceTime you. You literally just say that, hey, this is blank, you know, text me when you're free, I'll FaceTime you. But in this instance, it is just carrying the conversation from the dating app, okay? But there should still be intention behind this. All right, listen, if you guys have talked before on like a dating app or just briefly in person, guys, I can't stress this enough. FaceTime, FaceTime, FaceTime. It's just a cheat code, okay? And FaceTime really brings rapport. It brings her in. It also sells you to her, because how do you know if she's good for you if you don't even know anything about her? And of course, vice versa. So that's the goal. And that's what I told my friend. FaceTime, FaceTime, FaceTime. So he says pretty much some kind of like, oh, I had some client stuff to work up on, which is like a topic that of interest, right? It shows that he's a guy who does shit. Like, he has a life. And it's also kind of baiting her to say, oh, client shit, what about that? And then, which then he could say something about client stuff, you FaceTime, I have to tell you more on FaceTime, right? So it's kind of like he's setting up an alley-oop to himself, which is like a chess move, which I'll teach you guys if you want to learn it. Pretty effective. But this time she says, hey, it's blank, how's your day been so far? So she doesn't really get on the bait, which is fine. Leave it and just have a conversation. And then eventually, when the FaceTime card prompts up, place it down, right? It's like you're playing cards. So he then says, it's been productive, just been working on biz stuff. How's your week though? Talk to me. Which is cool, because he's just responding and he's bringing the conversation forward while also showing slight personality, right? You don't want to be a robot. Nobody likes robots. It's always good to insert some personality in a calibrated way. You don't want to overshow personality. You don't want to undershow it. Just be like a normal human being talking to a normal human being. So then she says, that's what I like to hear. My week's been pretty good. School is cut short, blah, 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 blah. Okay, guys. And he says, sounds like you could use some stress relief. He should have just said that. He said, and stock, how so? He should have just said that. Sounds like you could use some stress relief. Winky face. Damn right, you know what that means, babe. But, but he should have just left it on that, because he then said, and stock, how so? He just switched the conversation. That was a perfect alley-oop for her to respond. Like, you don't want to say something slick and then instantly fold. He's not intentionally doing that, but that's what the energy it's giving. Like, if I look to you and like I say something and then I'm just like, just kidding, you're gonna be like, the fuck? You want a guy who doubles down on it or just stays on the topic even though there's like some tension. Because that's just like, if you change the topic too soon, it's just like, the tension diffuses. Mm-hmm. So, I'm gonna have to blur your face out. So, this is the first mistake. You say something risky text or whatever, it's not so risky, it's more calibrated. Because he was talking on the dating app about stuff like this, stress relief and, you know, all that steamy stuff. So there's already a pre-context kind of relationship between these two, and they're both vibing. So he should have just said that and built off of that a little bit, but he switches the topic, which is bad. I'll say once again, don't do that. So she says, you're telling me, haha, would love to find a good release for all that. Okay, perfect. That's what you want. That's what he wants, right? You want to build off of the momentum of that, right? Because it's going somewhere. A normal conversation talking about stocks isn't going anywhere. Who the fuck cares about stocks? Let's get down to business. That's what he wants. So I'm just giving you all the results because this is fair. This is all fair. And she then says, by that I just mean like stocks and blah blah blah. And kind of sounds funny, lol, it's not the usual buy in stock. So she seems like she's passionate about stocks, and he could go off of that, something about stocks. I don't know. You literally just think of a topic and then try to relate that into your intention of flirting. Like, it can be as simple as that. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't know about trading, but you guys, if you have the game and personality to do that, you can think of something like that. Talk about, I don't know anything about stocks, so I can't do this. I don't have the knowledge to do, insert something, but even with that, you could work around it. And so he responds, yeah, trading can be hectic. I've dabbled in the past, but ups to you. That was kind of just a useless text that was like kind of a wasted text in my opinion. Like, he could have literally not sent that text, and the conversation still would have flowed, right? So you guys have to stop and think for a second. If I send this text, does it still move the conversation forward without any flaws? Even if I were not to send this text, would the conversation still flow? If yes, then don't send the text. You're just wasting, you're just talking the talk at this point. And this is a good part, and he should emphasize this. Of course, you can vent to me on a FaceTime call later tonight. Bravo, bravo, fantastic, that was good, right? He's getting to the point, which is to FaceTime. You guys really need a FaceTime. If you're too nervous to FaceTime her, then no way you're gonna get a date with her in person. You guys gotta get comfortable with the FaceTime, then to build up the rapport and the comfort to in person. Oh, and by the way, if you go on a first date with her, she's nervous too. Like, if you guys have anxiety or whatever, she's nervous too. It's just like spiders. When you're looking at a spider, you're like, oh shit, a spider. Well, the spider's like, oh man, that's a big human being. They're scared too. Stupid analogy, but you get the point. And then she says, oh, that's sweet of you to offer. I do enjoy venting sessions here. And they're just not the type of person to throw it all on another. Haha. I don't really do the FaceTime thing. I'm more of an in-person person. But I think down the line I'd be more open. Okay, so this is where you either set up like a time. Oh, if you're an in-person person, like, tell me about your schedule. And then in the meantime, we can set something up. And in the meantime, we can FaceTime to build that rapport, right? If she's not open to FaceTiming, you just talk to her a little bit, you have a conversation, but there needs to be a point of FaceTime. Okay, we need to do something. We need to like not be text buddies, you know? Because if you just text, and she doesn't want to FaceTime you or go out, you're just wasting time. Like, you guys have to eventually come to a point, you have to come to like the end of the railroad where it's just like, okay, we've been texting for 5 days. Literally just say, hey, I enjoyed texting you. I want to see if your personality is as cute and funny as it is, like on FaceTime or something like that, right? Text me when you're free, I'll call you. You guys want to get to the point. You don't want to just have these chicks not leading you on, but they like to text you. So what you have to do is make sure to have some sort of like, hey, listen, like, we've been texting for a little bit. I want to FaceTime you. Like, if you're not comfortable with that, then yeah, hell yeah, let's set up something in person if you're more comfortable with that. But in the meantime, I do want to FaceTime you. Because a lot of times, if you don't FaceTime a chick and you've never really met her in person, her chances of flaking increase drastically. So this is why we emphasize FaceTiming. Or if she just is an in-person person, then link a time and date with her. And then in the meanwhile, just say, hey, I want to call you real quick. I just want to make sure you're not a catfish. I want to FaceTime you and see if you really are as pretty, why can't I talk? As pretty as your profile is. You know, some shit like that. And then she texts you, what have you been up to, Mr. Businessman? I've been reading a lot. Got lost in the pages. So I noticed that all these text messages are pretty like close together, which is fine. It seems like night. So right now they're talking at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., which this is the prime time to FaceTime. Like, she's alone by herself in her bed reading. If she's not sleeping at like 7, 8, 9, guys, call her up. Make some moves. Just say, you know what? Take a chance, because it could work out in your favor. And because I can see the receipts, they're texting back quick. So if you're texting back quick, that means you're on your phone. Just call her. Literally, bro, just call her. If I was him, it's 10 p.m. I would just FaceTime her. Like, sometimes you do it unsolicited if you have that kind of rapport. And you kind of been talking, like, you guys have to make a move. It's just like a stalemate. It's getting to a stalemate. Like, nobody's making big moves. Nothing's gonna happen. And I say this because both of you already established that you want a mutual thing, which is to link in person and like get to know each other. So be the man and take the initiative, right? She wants that. She might not tell you up front, but you might have to assume that, and then, yeah, because that's just what a woman wants usually, most of the time. If they're the type of woman that we're thinking of, people in this who watching this video are thinking of, there's a certain type of woman that we like, and not those masculine women. No. Now he's just talking about some random shit. No worries, just want to be comfortable. Okay, this is actually good. And no worries, just want to be comfortable. Before we hang, I'd say, and no worries, just want you to be comfortable when we hang in person. Don't say before. You want to say when we hang, because you're manifesting it. You're pretty much throwing it up in the air. You're not saying, hey, we're in a link. You're throwing the idea up in her head. So she's like, oh, when we hang. Because this is kind of like it's like a soft gauge. Oh, hey, yeah, when we hang, we'll blah, blah, blah. Because if she's like ice cold to that idea, okay, you know to pull back a little bit and build a little bit more rapport and comfort before you then ask her. He hasn't asked her out. This is like the asking her out before you ask her out, if that makes sense. You're gauging her interest in a kind of like chess way. And I know sometimes the viewer might be like, oh, this is so annoying. Why can't I just ask her out? Unfortunately, there's kind of a game to it. And there's just like, you don't sell somebody a car until like you talk to them a little bit and blah blah blah, established what they're looking for and stuff. Like, you don't just, when somebody walks into the car dealership, you don't just say, hey, buy this car. They'll be like, what the hell? No, like, I don't even know what I want yet. Same thing, you gotta talk to them, you gotta build the rapport and go from there. So and he says, plus I'm busy with family stuff for the next couple of days, so it'd be something for the meantime, but it's your prerogative. I don't like this, but it's your prerogative. It's leaving it on her. You have to assume that you're the guy who leads the direction. Like, if it's up to her, then she's just like, what? That's not what I want to hear out of a man. Some chicks just want that kind of like effortless leading, that effortless direction. And of course, the guy has good directions, right? So you have to have both of those. So he's kind of leaving it on her, but in the same token, she's just like, what? You're coming to me to hang out in person, but it's my prerogative type shit. So you guys have to understand that and respectively, calibratedly lead their direction, right? And it's kind of like you're the roller coaster, and this is weird. You're the roller coaster and she's the passenger in the roller coaster. You guys have to lead the roller coaster up, down, all this. She's just there for the ride, if that makes sense, but in a positive way, if you get the right chick. So, of course, I just prefer a day-by-day approach. Really, I appreciate your willingness a lot, though. So this sounds like some friend shit. Like, this just seems, it seems respectable, but it doesn't seem like, it doesn't seem like big dong energy. I'm gonna be honest, like, she's not reading this and like, wow, okay, I just, I want to do some certain thing to this man when I meet with him in person. It's just like, it's kind of like puppy dog cute energy, slightly. So, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I could say more of it, but I do want to make this, this video is already 20 minutes. I want to move it forward. So the next one, if you want a more in-depth text breakdown, we can do that, but this is my first one. We're not even halfway through. And then she says, can't wait to see my family. Hope you have a good time. What are you in school for? Haha. What are you in school for? Haha. So what are you guys talking about? You talked about like 3 things right here. Surface level, surface level, surface level. Wide, wide, wide. There's a thing called deep and wide. You want to go deep, not wide. They're going wide right now. They're talking about so many different things. How's the weather? You know, what color is your favorite color? Blah, blah. Talk about one thing. Have one conversation with her and go more deep. Go, like, integrate that into your conversation. And, you know, this is where you kind of shine if you're kind of stuck here because she wants to get to know you a little bit more before FaceTiming. This is where you shine. You show depth to her, right? Previously, you showed her that flirty side that's kind of like charismatic, and now you have to show her the brain side, right? You gotta be the kind of bad boy nerd. Real talk. So flex that brain a little bit and go deep, real deep into a conversation before, or she's not gonna let you go deep, my friend. No, no, no. And let's go to the next one real quick. Now they're just talking. Okay, so okay, here we go. Wait. I'm taking time off school at blank just to work and pursue blah blah blah. We'll go back, let me see. And where are you staying on campus? Okay, so that's fine. You kind of provided some value. You could have let her respond to that or asked her a related question, but instead he kind of switches the topic on a more like logistical level. Are you staying on campus wherever you go? So I guess he's getting the intel because he might be linking with her soon. So I guess that's fine. It's just like unorganized. It feels like he did step 1, 3, 2, 5, 4 instead of step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there really is no step guide, but there is a certain like way you can do these that is just way more effective. So I hope you guys are picking that up. So he says, "No, sir, I will not. I prefer my own space. Stinky dorms, I'm good, haha." And then now he's just talking about, okay, this is fine. It's like a C+. That's understandable, but the dorms were low-key fun. Depends where you are. Okay, that's good. He's not asking a question. He's making a statement. Depends where you are. So that's kind of baiting her to say where she is, what she says. But that conversation switches it. So now they're just talking about, okay, I don't want to bore you guys with this. This is already a longer video. So they're just talking about stuff. We'll get to the juicy part now. All right. So he says, "Too far for me." She says, "Yeah, that's understandable. I currently live in the blank area, but will be relocating back within a while." Okay, finally. Oh my God. It feels like they just been talking about, they've been sending text messages, but it really feels like they haven't been talking a lot. Because, listen, you both are there for a reason, which is to get to know each other a little bit and to link. This is already established. So when he says, "We'll just have to make our time together worth it then, won't we?" Good, finally. So she says, "You get it. Just really interested in like a FWB situation. I don't really see myself committing to anyone else right now till I'm good in all aspects, you know. I'm not completely against it just here, but not a one night stand, like a consistent certain, of course, as long as everything goes blah blah blah, a fun person." So I guess they agree on that. Cool. I mean, all this stuff could be said and discussed on FaceTime instead of text because it's just like another conversation. Like, let's be real. She's probably had this conversation like 3 times already with other guys. So it's just like nothing. You gotta be different is what I'm saying. She can talk to as many guys as she wants, but you gotta be the guy who's different if you want to stand out. Absolutely, that's why I'm all talking about. Communication is key, and yes, enjoy it. You could leverage this on her. If communication is key, then how about we communicate over the phone real quick? I'm gonna call you at blank. I'm gonna call you at 11. I'm gonna call you at 10. Like, come on, guys, get to it. Open book always. You got it. And side question: when do you think? Okay, this isn't bad. This is like a more logistical question because now they're back on the topic of it. And side question: when you say going back, how soon were you thinking? Anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Plenty of time. Oh, absolutely. Night talk soon. Don't dream of me too much. Okay, fine, good. You bring him back into like what she came there for, which is the flirty dynamic, because obviously she mentioned in her last text, of course, as long as everything is going smooth, and of course gotta be a fun person. So you see she's really there for fun and for like slight stability, emotionally stability, and all that shit. And dude's down with that, so fair enough. He's not selling himself short, because if you wanted a girlfriend, then then things will be different. Or they both have the same blueprint, and it seems like eventually it might change, but for now, same blueprint, so that's cool. You go from there. And Buenos dias, haha. I wish I dreamed often, but I don't. So that's good. It seems like the texts are slowing down a little bit, which is good because they've kind of been texting back and forth real rapidly instead of some FaceTime action, which I suggest. But she says, haha, I wish I dreamed often, but I don't. That's when you say, well, maybe lucky for you, because all you would dream about is me. And then she would say, really, she might shit test you and say, oh, really, you don't seem like a guy I'd dream about. They say, give me, after our first date, I'm sure that'll change. Or after our first hangout, I'm sure that'll change. Or after our first FaceTime call, I'm sure that will change. Some stuff like that. You got momentum. You have to have an end goal. Okay, I want to FaceTime her. Okay, how do I get there? And work backwards. So that's where this could have, you could have just done that, but you didn't. So, missed opportunity right there. And then the conversation kind of goes into boring, how are you? Oh, my day was blank. Oh, wait. She likes him. She likes him because she says, I'd like to see that face soon.
Or sit on it.
Damn fucking right. Damn right. Or sit on it. This is her alley-ooping you. She's throwing it up to you for you to slam dunk it. What does he say?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my fucking goodness. Hold on, let me get my. He says, his response to, I'd like to see that face soon is, it's been great, my social battery is dead though. And same to you, dear. Okay, wait. What's your schedule looking like these next couple days? Or weeks? listen. Don't make this mistake. Listen up. All right, sit up. Take notes. Get your pencil out. Guys, what are you doing? She threw you the alley-oop. What are you doing? This is when you say, you know what? What are you doing? I mean, I feel like he could have said or sit on it too. He literally could have responded with that.
You would have.
I would have.
But over here.
But you know what? What I would recommend is literally she's giving you the alley-oop. What you want to do, concise logic, link. She wants to link. Drop everything that you're talking about and just lock it in. She's like, oh, I want to buy a car now. Don't talk about the car anymore. Lock in the sale. What are you doing? You literally just say, it's been great. My social battery is dead. I know he's responding to her prior question, but it's business time. You say, just literally say something as simple as, I would, me as well. I'm sure he met, or I'm sure at this time, this is where you can get the logistics after, but you pretty much soft close her right now. You say, me too. I'm free sometime next week. I'm free December 15th and December 17th. Let me know which of those days work best for you. I'll make sure we link. And then she says, oh, I could, you know what, December, lock her in. This is where you lock her in. And then, because obviously she's an in-person person, you already know that. So, do that. I guess, since you didn't even mention FaceTime and she kind of dodged it, at this point, just drop it, lock in a time, and in the meanwhile, do that. So, back burner is FaceTime now, right? The priority is locking her in, meeting up IRL. That's totally cool. And she says, I feel that. I'm tired, got lots of driving to get back down. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to check tomorrow whenever I get to work. And then that's when you say, text me when you do. Or update me tomorrow when you find out. Like, what the hell? So, what he's doing right here is, hope you had a fun Thanksgiving. Okay, fine, like it was Thanksgiving, being polite. Yeah, I'm busy these next couple of days, but let's shoot for early December. You're not giving her a date. Like, you give her a time. Like, even if you have to reschedule it because you then find out, oh wait, I can't do that time, that's fine. Give her a date to, like, at least lock in. Just say, I'm free December 12th and December 14th. Let me know when you are free. Let me know which works best for you. Or you could just say, hey, let's link December 12th at 6:30 p.m. Boom. And then just because you say that doesn't mean she has to accept that. That's kind of you inviting her. But it's like in a let's get this stuff done way. And she can respond, hey, I can't do that time because I'm doing XYZ. Let's do December 11th instead. She'll say something like that. But just sometimes you just assume a date and she'll let you know if it doesn't work with her. And, okay, so that's fine. He said, do weekends work better? Okay, that's fine. I mean, if she really likes you, she'll meet you any day of the week. Like, let's be real. If you really want to meet somebody, you'll make time for them. You'll push some things around. But that's fine. Usually with you guys, you want to make it easy on yourselves by having her link with you with a time that also works for her. So we know that weekends also work good. So literally just say December, Saturday in early December, just say a time. Hey, I know a really cool place around you that I'd like to take you. Let's hang out December 11th. Let's hang out Saturday, December 11th. I'll pick you up at 2:30 p.m. Okay, ha ha ha. That's all she say. Like, and then he pretty much ends. Gotcha. Well, I'll give you something at the end of the week to look forward to. Okay. I respect the hustle. And she says, back at your business. So, you guys can take some things and learn from this. I think there's a lot of good opportunities and a lot of missed opportunities. I feel like you got to get to the point at the end of this conversation. Like, his next text message should be after I'm reading this. If I had to pick up his phone and text for him, is, hey, I'm free, like December, Saturday, whatever, at 2:30 p.m. I'd love to pick you up and take you on a snowy adventure. Boom. And she says, hi, okay, that sounds fun. Or she might make an objection and you work around that. And you close her. You want to hard close her now because she's interested. You're just burning shot clock time. Come on. And then when you link that, you can just kind of like chill off the texting for a little bit. And then, you don't want to completely ghost her until the day you hang out. You want to stay in touch with her. Maybe you guys can FaceTime her a week before you hang out. Just build a familiarity because it doesn't hurt. Plus, a lot of times if you don't even talk to a chick face to face even on a call, she's more likely to flake. Like, let's just be real, because there's not as much investment on there. So, hey, if you thought this video was good, well, subscribe. I'll be making more. And if you want specific one-on-one tailored guidance and tailored text messaging help or whatever of your dating needs, well, I'm the guy. I have one-on-one coaching down below. Click that link. I'll help you out. I'll do everything that I know, and I know a lot. So you'll be in good hands. Until next time.